Good morning, my dear brothers and sisters. At good morning din po sa mga sumusunod sa atin sa kanilang mga tahanan o kaya sa kanilang mga pinagtatrabahuhan sa live stream mass na ito. My dear sisters and brothers, in the Gospel, Jesus asked the question, can a blind person guide a blind person? And of course, the answer is no. No, because both of them will fall into a pit. But can a blind person lead? Oh yes, once the blindness is removed, once the blindness is cured. Because he is no longer blind, he can see. And if he can see, he can lead. A person who is blind cannot lead. A person who can see can lead. Hindi pwedeng mamuno ang isang bulag. Kinakailangan ang pinuno ay malinaw ang paningin. So if a blind person can lead only by having been cured of his blindness, then the next question would be, how can blindness be cured? How can seeing or sight be restored? There are two possible answers based on the gospel. Jesus said, no disciple is superior to the teacher, but when fully trained, every disciple will be like his teacher. The first cure to blindness is formation, education, training. Call it whatever, seminar, workshop. It means an ongoing formation. Mga minamahal kong kapatid, huwag po kayong masyahan sa homily na naririnig nyo kung araw ng linggo. Kasi, lalo na po sa akin, pinakamahaba na yung 15 minutos na homily. Very, very seldom that I go beyond 15. Kaya nga, maraming natutuwa. Maikli ang homily. Pero aminin natin, mga minamahal kong kapatid, ano ang matututunan natin sa loob lamang ng 15 minutos? What can you learn from that short period of time? Lalo na kung habang nagho-homily ako, nakatingin kayo sa akin, pero ang isip nyo ay nasa MOA, kung saan kayo kakain pagkatapos ng misa. See? How many of the things have I said in the past have been retained by our mind? Baka less than 50%. Kaya mga minamahal kong kapatid, huwag kayong masyahan na narinig nyo sa loob ng 15 minutos, hindi po yun sapat para tayo mabusog. So sa mga katwid, on your own, read about Jesus Christ. Read the Bible. Read about the church. Read about the teachings of the church. Hindi po pwedeng kakarampot ang nalalaman natin. Well, some say, ignorance is bliss. Ang wala daw alam, masaya. Yung hindi mo alam kung ano sinasabi ng mga tao kapag nakatalikod ka. I know, may mga taong kung ano-ano sinasabi tungkol sa akin pag wala ako. At hindi ko yun iniintindi. Kasi hindi ko naman naririnig. That is blissful. You are happy because you do not know. But my dear brothers and sisters, there are samples of ignorance that can be tragic, that can be expensive. Kung magpapatayo ka ng bahay, kumuha ka ng totoong arkitekto, totoong engineer. Huwag kang magtipid. Kung magpapatayo ka ng tulay, kumuha ka ng tapat na kontraktor. Huwag kang magtipid. Because if you get someone who is ignorant, nakatipid ka, pero sa bandang huli, napamahal pa rin kasi nagiba yung bahay mo. Nagiba yung tulay. So ignorance can be blissful, but ignorance can also be expensive. Sasakay ba kayo sa eroplano na ang piloto hindi marunong magpaandar? Kahit na sabihin, 1 peso ang ticket, never mind. Baka kung saan kami pulutin yan. So ignorance can be very expensive and tragic. And that is why, my dear brothers and sisters, to cure our blindness so that we can lead other people, let us form ourselves, subject ourselves to formation. Get to know Christ more. Get to know the church more. Do not be ignorant. But the second is not only formation, but reformation. You say, sometimes reformation has a negative connotation. Yan, dinala sa reformation. Na reform, adik kasi, pinasok sa reformation. But reformation is changing for the better. At yan ang gustong sabihin ng Panginoon dito sa Ebanghelyo. Sabi niya, how can you tell your brother, let me remove that splinter in your eye, when you don't even notice the beam in your own eye? Ang laki po ng difference in terms of size. Yung isa sa lubsob, splinter, sa lubsob lang. Samantalang yung isa, halige. So sabi ng Panginoon, paano mo masasabi sa kapwa mong, aalisin ko yung puwing na kasing laki lang ng salubsob sa mata mo, samantalang ikaw ay bulag sapagkat ang laki-laki ng haliging nasa harap ng mata mo. Therefore, in order to be a good, credible leader, one must be a reformed leader. Sa mga magulang na naririto, minsan sinasabi ninyo ang mga anak ninyo, huwag mong gagawin to huwag mong gagawin yan, huwag mong gagawin yon. Pero ingat kayo dyan. Kasi baka mamaya yung ipinagbabawal nyo, kayo ang gumagawa. Sasabihin nyo sa anak nyo, huwag ka maninigarilyo habang sinasabi mo yun, panayang hitit mo na sigarilyo. Sinasabi mo sa anak mo, huwag kang magsisinungaling, Masama yan nagsisinungaling. Pagkatapos isang araw, kumatok ang kapitbahay mo sa pinto nyo. Binuksan ng anak mo. Nandyan ba ang nanay mo? Nay, may naghahanap sa inyo. Ano sabihin mo? Sabihin mo, wala. Tinuruan mo ang anak mong huwag magsinungaling. Tinuruan mo din siyang magsinungaling. A blind person cannot lead another blind, just like a misinformed person cannot lead, and a deformed person cannot lead as well. And so, my dear brothers and sisters, this morning, the gospel is inviting us, let us remove our blindness. The Lord is not saying us, do not lead. No. Ang sinasabi lang ng Panginoon, lead. But before you can lead, make sure that you know where to go and make sure that you are credible and you are not blind. The message of the gospel is clear. Be formed and be reformed. In that way, we will no longer be blind and now can lead. Amen.